Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to another Power episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today, Stacey and I shall be previewing Raising Kanan, Season 1, Episode 4, which will air on Sunday. We shall be discussing our thoughts about the 40-second trailer that they blessed us with, which is very little, and the comments from our last review. We got some dislikes. For those, I guess, whatever. That's what social media is for, right? And then, but everybody dropped comments. We can address comments. I can't address dislikes. Okay. Anyway, what's the top story? So we see Unique is planning his vengeance to Raquel because obviously he figured out what the streets figured out, that Raquel messed up his drug buy with Dean. What do you think? What do you think Unique's plans are? Is he going to kill somebody? Is he going to kill somebody? He's going to rob something? What do you think?
Well, he said we got to either take out the body or take out the head. So we know Rock is the head. The body is the brother, the child, corner boys.
So this puts a few people on the table. I doubt Marvin or Lulu gets taken out anytime soon. But they still can die because neither one of them are in book one, right? Marvin still has to kick Jukebox out of the house for being gay if they even bother to address one of the few things from book one. Fuck me. So that thing, it could be one of the corner boys, which they never refer to as corner boys, which they should, but it could be a couple of them, or the stash house. If they know where the stash house is at.
Yes, the stash house.
So that would be
Marvin and Kanan are conveniently planning to rob, which makes no sense.
So yes, so in the preview, it does imply that Marvin has an idea on his own because his brother and sister aren't talking to him about taking some, like, I think it's like a self loan. I don't think they're like per se like, you know, it's a lick where they're like robbing the place. They're going to take the money, do something with it, and he thinks he can put it back before they find out. I'm assuming that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to make some moves without talking to his sister or his brother.
But we saw that in Power Book 1. Ghost robbed the stash house. And in Power Book 2, Kane robbed the stash. Remember? He robbed the church.
That's true. Which never turned out to be anything. But it's still that's true. All right. So why would Marvin do this? Again, he realizes that his brother and sister don't really trust him with any kind of decision making.
You robbing the stash house is gonna make them think otherwise.
If he says, I took the money, I bought some new corners, and here's the money back. Ta-da. And maybe he needs Kanan because Kanan's actually being inside, and maybe he can distract Scrappy. He's the only one guarding the place. So maybe that's why he needs Kanan at all.
Makes no sense. Why do drug dealers never have money?
Yes. Just like, you mean his own personal stash that he could do something with, in that sense. I don't know. Tommy had a house full of it. I mean, he
always had money.
I mean, it's like he never broke.
Ghost was always broke for some reason.
White privilege. Even Tommy was like, one thing I never have to worry about is money. Maybe because he's white. But think about it.
Did they have an underground railroad in the 90s?
Oh, no, obviously not. They didn't think that thing through. But so I don't know. You say we don't know what Marvin needs the money for. So let's see and how much he needs.
And then also the kids, like, why are they always, I gotta get money? Because we saw Jukebox saying, I need money because whatever she was trying to do. Kanan needed to support his family last episode, which is why he went and did 2 for $50 on the corner.
Right, to help out the love of his life who don't even know, it's like, hey, baby, one day we're gonna be something. Until you found out I killed your man. Shit happens, right? But maybe she'd be like, you know what? At least I gotta stay with the living one, right? But I don't know. But so you brought up a lot of things, and so let's get to the revenge thing. So there's some thoughts I want to go with that. So when Unique coming up with a plan makes sense because he is a competent drug leader and understands that when somebody hits you, you hit them back quickly and hard so they don't do it again. This makes sense. Oh, until it spawns into something else. But you don't just sit there and take it like Raquel did, is my point. Like, Raquel took a lot of bullshit in episode 1 and did very little. She, in fact, gave more territory to Unique, which makes her a bad leader. I mean, like, really. But also, if Unique hits back, shouldn't Dean take some type of action too? Because
that was my next point. Like, he's gonna figure out, because if Unique knows that Raquel did it, then Dean's gonna know that Raquel did it. And then he's also gonna figure out that the dude who was trying to move to South Carolina was the one that snitched on the information.
if he does, he should. And that man should be murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Or at the very least, he should be like, Raquel, you got one of my guys arrested. And I told you at the bingo game that if your shit turns into my shit, then we're going to have a conversation.
And it won't be a conversation.
And it won't be a conversation. Like, it won't be a good one. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what happened, like in the same episode. So Dean should be like, this is it. Like, you need to go find somewhere else, or I'm going to have to put some consequences on you because now you're messing up my business. Either way.
I don't think he's just going to take out somebody from her crew.
Probably.
Some person.
It could, you know what? I mean, it could hit Kanan to the point that maybe they kill Famous. Because Famous should have a price on his head for killing D, or at least being somewhat involved for killing D-Wiz. So he could be next to go. He's not in book 1, so easily he can be murdered. So maybe Kanan loses somebody else this quickly. But to Raquel's revenge strategy. Sturdy, a new commenter, and I hope a subscriber. I challenge people to explain Kanan's closing monologue about boxing. So Sturdy said that basically what he was trying to say was the winner of a boxing match is the one who can take a hit, but more importantly, can come up with a strategy of when and how to hit back, leaving them on top.
Impressive.
And I was like, all right. And I like the sentiment. It didn't fit the scene though. Like, the scene was Raquel showing her duality, that she could cry and have sympathy in this woman's face, knowing good and well she's the one that put her son in the ground, which we saw from Tommy, from Ruiz and other gangsters. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the scene. Like that scene should have been in episode 2 when Raquel was like, okay, guys, now we have to kill Unique because he shot up our crew. He fucking did a drive-by on us, and then he tried to kill my son. So he's no longer needs to be in this world. And he's watching his family come up with that. You know what I'm saying? And then and that's the scene of like this. Yes, we got hit, but we're going to take care of this. And this is how you do it. It may be a strategy. We do things over time, but she has a plan and she's executing that plan. And this is where he learns that sometimes why he gets pink sneakers to slowly but surely take apart Ghost and Tommy's, drug organization. Like, you don't hit them hard at once, but you hit them over time. And in the end, you come out on top. Like, that would have been something, a long-term lesson, perhaps. I'd say. But getting back to Raquel making the call to kill D-Wiz, Proper King was saying that this shows her similarities to Tasha, who killed Keisha to save Tariq. How far will a parent, particularly a mother, go to save her child that she will kill if necessary to protect her own?
Yes, it's biology.
Right? So that's fair. Huh?
It's biology, not chemistry.
Like, that's chemistry, but never mind. that was funny. But that makes sense, right? I get that. But then Proper King was like, well, she's as ruthless as Ghost and Tommy. And I was like, stop. No. By no means. Anyway, we talked about it because episode 1, how we introduced the Ghost and Tommy. Tommy just got done kidnapping Miguel and his girlfriend because they robbed their business and took their money. Then Tommy brings said robber to Ghost who whoops his ass and shoots him in the head with gloves, which he never does again, by the record. For the record. This whole plastic glove murdering thing. Anyway, my point is they were swift and decisive. Okay, even Tommy, who went too far, and Ghost had to be like, "You don't kidnap the girl." They took action. You know what I'm saying? And that was just one incident. If somebody would have shot at Tariq or even fake shot at them or killed Raina, Ghost and Tommy would have murdered those people, like by themselves with no hesitation. Raquel ain't that level. And neither is Marv or Lulu. Not yet. Not yet. We haven't seen that yet. So, but anyway, Proper King likes the characters. I like that. Also with Raquel, Autumn says Raquel reminds her of Omarosa.
No.
Somebody said Teresa Randall, which I can kind of see in a little bit, but Omarosa?
I would say I could see Omarosa in
like
looks.
Personality or looks?
I'd say looks for me.
Mm-mm.
I would say Omarosa would be interesting. I think Omarosa would be. I think that they're trying to portray her as such a character, someone who's like mentally cunning, will go after her enemies, type of thing.
He compared her to Monet. Not really. I mean, I can kind of see a little bit, but not really.
I would say I would like to see Omarosa in this series to be like Raquel's like long lost sister that she just found out about, or like a cousin, like a play cousin who's like ruthless, who brings that kind of shit and then helps Raquel like kind of take down Unique. Like a jukebox, like what jukebox is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's who this like character is.
Mm-mm.
I don't think she would do the show, but I still like to see her in it. I think it would be interesting.
So it would be more of a low budget Olivia Pope type character.
All right. That's all right. Okay, I can see that. I can see that too. So maybe Tyler Perry can put her in the Oval. And
like if they turn this into like how they did in Power, where you had like the feds, and then you had the criminals. Like she would be one of like the Fed type level people, like investigating, or like a Cricket kind of 1 foot on the hood and 1 foot in justice.
Okay, so a Detective Howard, but like more of a lawyer type, I
don't see. Yeah, it would be something like that on a lawyer level, or maybe a political level.
Yeah. Like a New York City like district attorney, trying not like federal level, but like New York City district
or like
attorney.
What do you call it? A councilwoman, or
like a tape,
something like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good. So like a tape.
Politician, like a tape, like
all right.
yes.
All right. So the
woman being something like that.
All right, the woman version of tape. Yeah, there you go. So Omarosa could have a place.
Yeah, I mean, she's diabolical, so it would fit.
There you go. All right.
Cunning, yeah.
And she's trying to clean up South Jamaica, Queens, right? Because that's her area. And she's like, we gotta get these drug dealers out of there. Like they could do something like that. And then how does Raquel deal with her, like woman to woman?
She would kind of give me Powell from Godfather Holler.
Oh yeah.
But like the female version. I could see her being one of those.
That's good too. All right. Courtney Kemp, listen. She ain't watching this video, but if she does, this would be good. Give this video to Mark Dark. Get Mark Dark to do a video about it. Then
somebody else saying clap them cheeks. It was another was it Rudy P Magic did a clap them cheeks for like last season because everybody was screwing. I was like,
you gotta give it to him. I mean, I didn't even know he said it. I don't even watch his videos. Like Terry told me he said it, and then I was like, he says what? Somebody told me. I don't think it's it. Somebody told me about clap the cheeks. I was like, that sounds fucking hilarious. I was like, I need to get into them cheeks. But anyway. Not his cheeks, like the cheeks in general, like the phrase, not his cheeks. That's not what I meant. Anyway, let's talk about Jukebox, please. Okay. So with Jukebox, why is she doing the robbery? It's either gonna be for Nicole or it's gonna be for music. or maybe a combination of the two.
Nicole doesn't need her money.
Nicole has that party she's going to, and maybe maybe Laverne wants to dress up nice or give her something nice for her girl. That's possible.
And not just steal what you gonna give her.
Yeah, but she probably wants to buy it. I mean, so she probably want to give her something like illegitimate. I can see that. Or she needs studio time. There's a big music thing coming up. Maybe Nicole, tells her about it and she needs X amount of dollars to get in. Nicole says, I'll give you the money. Jukebox says, no, I can earn the money. I don't need you to take care of me. It's going to be one of those two reasons. Like, it ain't for food. It ain't going to be a situation where she's like, I'm hungry and I'm still to feed myself. It will be music or it's going to be Nicole.
So, I don't know if it was us. I was watching a review. And I kept wondering, why is Jukebox so opposed to her girlfriend doing nice stuff for her? And somebody said that it was because she's supposed to be the man in the relationship. Was it you?
Yes.
Okay. I can't remember who I was hearing this from.
That was me.
Okay.
I said she's the stud. Like in book one, she is definitely the stud in a relationship. And to me, I just think maybe she hasn't gotten there yet, but something in her says, I don't need one. I'm independent. I'm not a charity case regardless. But I think somewhere in her, she's like, hey, I can take care of you. That's my job. And when she gets there, when the tomboy things really sets in and she becomes who she is, maybe we'll see her get to that point, perhaps. Anyway, this is her second robbery, and it irritates me that she is not referred to these as licks. Because that
did we call them licks in the 90s?
Huh?
I don't think that was a thing in the 90s.
I think it was. Yeah, because they were saying it in book. Both she and Kanan were saying it like it's part of their vernacular, and they're the only ones.
2020. I mean, 20.
I'm pretty. Again, of the few crumbs of opportunities that they have to make this a true prequel, this is one of those, which is easy. Corner Boys is first.
Okay, the sergeant said Corner Boys. Okay, we got some Corner Boys.
The police captain saying it don't mean shit. The people actually on the corner should refer to themselves as Corner Boys, and Jukebox should be saying, I'm going on another lick, and this is why I'm doing it. It would make sense. It's not that hard, especially when you say somebody in the comments reminded me that Sasha was one of the writers in book one. So I'm like, it's very upsetting that he doesn't remember some of the basic dialogue of the two characters that are in this book. I'm like, anyway, lick is one of them. So let's get back. So her first lick, she beat up one of her crew members to save a security guard who saw her face, very clearly.
I missed a security guard. Remember me?
Remember me? So is this gonna come back? Is she gonna run into the same dude?
It should.
It should. Either there's a warrant out for her arrest for her general description, or they pull one of those moves where she's about to get caught. He's the one that catches her, and he's like, you know what? Go ahead, because you stopped your friend from killing me. This is not the Jukebox we saw in book one. Jukebox killed that drugstore owner with no hesitation and killed one of her crew members because he wasn't fucking listening. How do we get there is my question.
It takes a few years to develop that type of edge.
She has 4. Because by the time Ghost and Tommy show up, they scared the shit of her.
I mean,
Because Ghost whispered her name when he's like, "Where's Tariq? The only girl I know who loves women but ain't got no heart." He was like, "Jukebox." He's like, "Oh shit." He's like, "My son's dead." Oh fuck, my son's dead. He was shit. He was scared of shit. I was like, so then she only got 4 years. Anyway, we need to get there. Also, S.J. Smith brought up a very good point that Jukebox's / Laverne's story is very similar to James St. Patrick / Ghost, of a person with 2 lives and 2 they're trying to be, and one is who they are, right? So Laverne's effort to love Nicole and be a musician is contradictory to Jukebox, who comes from a family of drug dealers and criminals. And she wants to be Laverne. She wants to be, you know, like a singer, but she can't do that, you know what I'm saying, and be Jukebox. Just like Ghost and Angie in the club couldn't, you know, like James, Angie in the club could not be Ghost drug dealer. Like, that's not going to go together. And as Ghost was fighting to get the club to make him legit, which never happened, like Laverne is fighting to get this music career, which is never going to happen. And she's going to end up, you know, just being the murdering criminal that we know her to be. I bring this up to say that would make a much better main character for this book. If this thing was about her and her, this way all the music would make sense. All the music reference would make sense because that's what she is in book 1 and in book 3. Music's a major part. That's where she got her fucking nickname from. Like, it would make sense, which is another thing that hasn't happened yet. God damn, like in three episodes, you haven't had one scene where one family member goes, Jukebox, sing so-and-so. Like she's a walking, talking fucking iPad or some shit. And like Siri.
Siri.
Like Siri. And she started nickname should have been Siri. They didn't have those yet, but that would have been hilarious. Anyway.
Maybe Alexa.
Alexa. There you go. You know, I'm really getting off track at this point. But in Black Lightning, they had a black girl version of Alexa. It was like Lakeisha or some shit. It really was. It was. I'm not even lying to you. And it was a black voice that did it. It was absolutely hilarious. But I'm like, it was bad. My point is, this is simple shit that these writers can do to, again, reinforce this idea that this is a prequel. And the reason why we're watching it, because these two characters are going to become who we know, and they're failing at it. Like, just too many times. Anyway, again, if Jukebox was the main effort, the music thing would make sense. You know what I'm saying? And then I wouldn't be complaining. I'd be like, okay, let's get some more music in here, how that career is going to go. Like, it would just make for a better story overall. And because she's more complicated, there's more things going on. How does she figure out her sexuality without letting her family find out? Like, that would be a very interesting story. She already has the love of her life, which is not going to work out, but how and why? Like, all anyway, much more interesting than Kanan's story right now. That's what I'm saying. And she has an upbringing that could potentially turn her into the villain that she's going to be, because her dad is apparently unstable, and we're going to see more of that in this episode as we get through the rest of the episodes, I think. But
her dad doesn't really care about her, seems like.
Yeah, we still don't know why he was in her room. That seems kind of suspicious. Like,
right. And why was she living with Rack?
That's another thing. But this my point is the unstable. My dad don't give a fuck about me, but he's always talking shit about me. You know, like that creates the kind of person we kind of see. That kind of lays the foundation for what she could become.
And then she said something about that if her dad does something, she doesn't do it or something. Remember when they were at the park and she was boosting, but she could sell drugs because her daddy is a drug dealer. But
yeah.
She purposely does not do it.
Because her dad does it. Oh, I remember she said that. That's interesting. Because she don't turn into what he is, which is what she does though. I mean, eventually.
Well, kids typically do. Huh? Kids typically do turn into their parents.
Well, I mean, specifically, she never sold drugs. Like she was a robber. Like she was actually organizing a heist. You know what I'm saying? So she's more of a robber cop than she was like street drug dealer. But that being said, I wanted also to highlight while Kanan out there selling drugs all by himself was ridiculous, and a missed opportunity to once again lay the foundation for the Kanan we saw. So in book 1, Kanan took Tariq and dropped him outside and said, go out there and figure it out. But he was there. Like he was there to see just in case some shit went wrong. And when Tariq came back and got robbed, he said, scared money don't make money. Go back out there and get it right. Why would he do that to this kid? It would have made sense if we would have saw Marvin do that to him. That Marvin goes, I'm not gonna.
Maybe when they rob the stash house, they'll do something like that.
Then that will be where Kanan learns how to pick the lock with the credit card, which is not gonna happen, which should happen. But And then that could connect to book one. But the idea of just drug dealing specifically, like how do you train a drug dealer? Get them out there and sell drugs. There's no other way to do it.
Same thing in book 2 with Kanan.
Kane and fuck.
Yeah.
Damn. The only real drug dealer in that show. Fuck. Tariq's white assistant. Fuck.
I was about to call him Wyatt.
Oh,
Braden.
Huh? Braden. But again, even in book 2, they were like, you throw him out there, but Kane was watching because that's what you do just in case this shit goes bad. Marvin, at some level, knows that if he doesn't personally give a shit what happens to Kanan, Raquel does, and Raquel will fuck him up as something if he gets arrested or some shit. So he should have been there just to make sure that he don't go to jail at the least or get murdered or something. And then he could have been like, scared money don't make. Kanan comes back. He's scared. He's like, scared money don't make money. Get back out there and do something. And then
yeah. It was weird that Jukebox is the one that's like, okay, charge this, do that, and not the dad.
And I'm saying, like, yeah, Marvin should have been there. Like, that makes, and again, that would tie it to book 1. Another failed opportunity to tie it to book 1. Anyway, ultimately, Lawrence, Oliver, and Jeremiah, they also are ones that say, yeah, so far this ain't it. Like this, that definitely last week's episode wasn't good, but overall, this series needs to get better, and we're all hoping that episode 4 looks is definitely going to be more exciting. But hopefully, episode 5, like the other 2 books, is where the season kind of takes off, and some real shit goes down.
He already posted that episode 5 was like the one that's gonna shock the world.
50's also a hype man because he also said that this was going to be better. Yeah, that is what he does because he says this is going to be better than book 1. I'm like, nah, sir, it's not. Like, let's not do that. But
better than book 2.
Yes.
And then we would be like, God.
Stacey has a personal thing with Tariq. I mean, I understand that. Again, just the whole app thing was just ridiculous. But to that point, the fact that Kanan didn't go, Mom, listen to me. Check it out. Again, I can sell drugs in school. She's like, oh, shit. I know. I don't go like that. That would have been ridiculous. Then I'll be like, no, we're definitely cutting this book off. Like, we're not going to do that. Not doing that again. But anyway, we got to see how it goes. We're going to wait for episode.
Raquel to get a daycare and funnel the funds to the daycare.
Oh, shit. Because this is a drug dealer who knows how to take care of kids, right? She comes home, she makes that breakfast, she makes that lunch, you know what I'm saying? Like, she drives her kid to school, you know what I'm saying? She's what Tasha should have been.
She got a Macintosh, she can teach the kids computers.
I'm like, damn it, she got the computers and shit. I mean, Kanan had a whole foundation of knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And love and food, and he still turned out like shit. I'm like, just like Tariq, like he chose to be what he was. You know what I'm saying? He was not forced to do this, okay? It's not you eat what you kill situation. You should. I thought about you so much when I watched The Chi, because they did that in The Chi. The character said, he said, oh, I said this in the Chi review. I like to say it now. If you watch The Chi, episode 10, the backstory of Shad, one of the characters in there, his backstory should have been the foundation for book 3. He said that he was on the street, he was starving. He said he was about to rob the ice cream man because he needed money, and that the local drug dealer came over and said, "Nah, man, that's not how you do it." He took him in, he raised him, he showed him how to properly commit crimes, I guess, how to be a drug dealer. And but that's how he learned. And again, like you eat what you kill. It's like, so he learned the only way to get what I need is to do what I have to do. And I'm like, that makes sense. Like, that lays a foundation for the kind of because that's how Kanan acts. He in book 1, he's like, you got to take what you want because nobody else is gonna give it to you. I didn't have shit. He gives you a person that he didn't have shit, that he had to take and steal and rob and murder to get where he needed to be, which is not the truth as we are presented it. So I'm like, that would have been a much, much better story. And then I thought about Harlem Nights and like Eddie Murphy's character, Quick. I was like, this little boy just got done murdering a man with no teeth. and then is adopted by a gambler and also raised by a prostitute turned madam. That kind of environment creates Quick, a kind of man that murders people, sleeps with other people's girlfriends, and talks shit to a cop. Like, that makes sense. And you didn't even see him. Huh?
Whose story is that?
That's Quick in Harlem Nights. That was Eddie Murphy's character.
No. Somebody really did that. Was it what's the comedian that set himself on fire with crack?
Oh, Richard Pryor.
Yeah. What's that Richard Pryor stories?
His real life story? I did not know that. I
feel like it was. It's one of those people.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe that's why maybe that's why I did the movie. To be like, this is my life, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
It was still a great movie. I love Harlem Nights. My point is, Harlem Nights and The Chi, and it's hard for me to say The Chi, but both of those stories are better written when it comes to a backstory of a murdering gangster than Power Book 3 so far. This ain't it. This is the Wonder Years in the hood.
I need Tommy's story.
That's
what I need to say. Kate and her shenanigans.
Oh man, that'd be hilarious. That's an unstable.
That'd be like Shameless, the New York version.
It would. That produces a murderer. he said he's a criminal and a murderer. He goes, I'm a criminal and a murderer. Ah, fuck it. That was the best. Oh man, I was like, how did we get there? I want to know how you got raised to be like this. That he's the bodyguard while his mama is stripping on the inside of the club. That fucks your head up. And then where was Ghost doing all that time? Anyway, we're getting off track. Point is, episode 4 is coming. We will review it one way or the other. Take care of yourselves and each other. If you are new to the channel, this is your first time watching us, please subscribe to the channel, like on the video, comment on the video. We'll discuss your comments, share the video, help us grow the family. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We got a lot more content coming for you, a lot more new shows, a lot of videos this weekend. And we'll do our best to provide accurate, funny, and engaging content. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Power episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today, Stacey and I shall be previewing Kanan, Season 1, Episode 4, which will air on Sunday. So we thought we'd give you our thoughts on the 40-second trailer that they gave us, and some of your comments from last week's video is how we're going to do it. I like to acknowledge Stacey's beautiful hairdo. It looks very lovely. Got that Farrah Fawcett thing going on. I was like, Charlie's Angels, bam. You know what I'm saying? So shout outs to Proper King, who I'm sure we'll put it in the comments. All right. Let's get started. All right, so first things up, top news is that Unique, which is not very hard to figure out, Unique figured out that it was Raquel that messed up his drug buy with Dean. No shit. So then he's like, we got to go for the vengeance. I was like, a little bit over.
What do you say? Should we take out the head or the body?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going for the head of the body. I'm like,
so what's the body, Kanan?
He already tried that, and that I don't fucking know. He just talking a lot of shit with his gold chain, looking like Flavor Flav a little bit. But my main point, I like it though because that's what logical criminals should be doing. Damn it! Now you tell me, damn it!
I just saw it. It just appeared.
Disappeared out of nowhere, huh?
Talking about my lunch.
Damn it, it's on my
vengeance.
Mouth. Vengeance on the mouth. You know what that means? Outtake. All right, so let's stop. Pause.